Hello and welcome back to another episode of Rosewater. We are on our way to... what was it? El Presidio. And what else happened? Nothing much, I think. I don't know what to do. I feel like there are, this is less linear than I expected it to be, I think. It feels that way anyway. And we keep kind of running out of time and things and missing things, and I hate it. But, it's just the way it goes, I guess. With a non-linear story. So yeah, I don't know. Maybe we play some cards.
How about a few hands of poker, boys?
Sounds good to me. What do you think, Danny boy?
I don't have anything to bet with.
We don't need to play for money. Only our honor at stake. What could be more valuable, huh?
I don't know. Can I actually play, or is it just going to pass the time?
Let's do it then.
I think it's just going to pass the time, right? Yeah, I wanted to actually play.
Hell of a game, boys.
We're slowing down again.
Good. I could use a change of environment.
All right.
Harley, could I have a word outside?
Sure.
Sun's getting low. Time to set up camp.
Harley and I'll be back shortly. Just gonna take a walk over to that spring. Danny and the others can aid in the preparations.
You better not be skipping out every time there's work to be done, you hear?
Shall we?
Lead on.
What are we talking about, though? Like, what's up now? Nothing changed.
Would you look at that spring? I ain't seen water that clear since that time I went swimming with the Prime Minister's rambunctious niece.
So, you wanted to talk to me about something?
I did. I can tell you've got a cogitating mind, always assessing the situation, finding the risks and opportunities. Now that we've got a real posse assembled, I'm keen to hear your thoughts on our little venture.
Okay.
Everything seem hunky-dory so far, in your estimation?
I don't know.
Truth be told, I've got some doubts.
Uh-huh. I had a feeling. Well then, let's hear it.
No, I like oral paper. Well, other than... I'm not sure about Jake, but I'm not gonna tell Jake that.
This whole treasure hunt. We found a decent lead in Chrysalis, but how can we be sure anything will come of it?
Honestly, we can't. Life's a gamble. Not every bet pays off.
That's true.
But if you want to win anything, you gotta grab those dice and let them fly. I got a good feeling. Hope you'll get one too.
We'll see.
Right, well, we should be heading back. L. Smith Johnson will...
Oh, hey there.
Howdy, friend.
Welcome,
Boots.
welcome. Name's Aubrey Trout, but you're not here about me. I reckon you're here for the spring water.
Something special about it?
Something special about it. This here's an etheric spring. Best kept secret in the great western desert.
Etheric spring?
Sure. Y'all know about ethericity, don't you?
Sure.
We're familiar.
Well, this water's got the same properties due to a confluence of etherically sensitive minerals deep in the earth, you see. This here's a hotbed. Taking a drink will cure whatever ails you and grant you the strength of 10 men.
No kidding.
Okay, so prove it.
Gladly. Observe.
Jumping Jehoshaphat.
Daily sips of this water have conferred upon me a practically superhuman strength.
Can I see
Now,
that pipe?
Tell me, how old do you think I am?
I
72.
imagine a spry young feller like yourself can't be more than 25?
What if I told you I was 52?
Almost guessed it.
Enough beating around the bush. What's your game? You trying to get us to pay you for this water? Or go in on some fool business venture to sell the stuff?
Man, I am wounded. Having tasted bliss, I just want to share it with my fellow man. Or is the spirit of generosity dead and buried? Okay, look, I'll take a drink now. Watch me. There, you see? Tastes like springtime and sunlight. Now, if the water was no good, would I have done that?
Maybe.
Reckon not.
So go on, friends. Share in the wealth. Take a sip.
If it does even half of what you say.
Not so fast. Something is off. I'm sure you won't mind if I have a look around, Mr. Trout.
Be my guest.
Looks refreshing, but looks can be deceiving.
That they can. Certainly. It is odd though, right? Like he's not trying to sell. There's no like, no one else here. Like why? I don't know. I want to see the pipe he bent.
I think something's tucked under there. What have we here? Magic Spring didn't do much for this beast's health. Did this poor animal die after drinking the water, or because of it?
Who knows?
Was there a sign here at one point? Wonder what it said.
Poisonous, don't drink.
Water of life, huh? There could be something in here.
Sure.
What's this? A money pouch. There's 10 crowns in here.
Okay. That seems very random. There could be something in
Wonder
here.
if this is hiding
Okay.
anything.
No, of a different line. Nice.
Ow! Bunch of stickers. Damn.
I like stickers.
Might be a good hiding place. Nothing but twigs and leaves.
Okay. Makes sense. Search this one.
What's this? These boards have been badly damaged, but it looks like it says WRNI. Warning?
Probably. Can look at anything else? Don't think so.
They're circling low. That's not reassuring.
That is true. Very observant.
Water of life, huh?
Okay, I think there's nothing else. There's no like button to like highlight all the things, right? I don't think so anyway. How to play. Okay, oh, there is. Maybe. Yeah, okay. So we can go here, we can look at this, we can look at this, look at this, look at this. Okay, that's everything, yeah. I kind of don't like these, but they're useful for sure to make sure I'm not missing things.
All these trees look dead. That can't be a good sign. I've got my eyes on you.
I'm flattered.
Not like that.
Jake, I don't think you should drink that water.
Why not?
Just have a look at all the trees and plants around the spring. They're dead. I'd say that's a clear warning.
Oh, it's a desert. Plenty of straggly-looking vegetation.
There was a cow skull in the reeds. Looked deliberately hidden there.
Is that right?
Yes, I did that. Wasn't nefarious, just clearing the path so no one trips on it.
There was a warning sign over there, and someone destroyed it.
Really? That stick's been there since I found the place. Never seen a sign.
There's an awful lot of vultures in the area.
I did notice that, yes.
They're off in the distance. This spring's pretty well hidden still. Anything that doesn't find it dies of thirst out there.
Now wait just a minute. What are you trying to pull here, friend?
Nothing. I swear.
Right, and I'm the Prime Minister. Quite the little scam you've got going on.
I
Is it
don't know
though?
what you're talking about.
Oh, I think you do. Jake, maybe you can coax our friend here to talk?
I'd listen to the lady, partner, unless you want to be another notch on Gentleman Jake's holster.
Okay, okay. I'll talk. The spring's toxic. I trick people into taking a sip and then rob them.
Gee, Rover Cripes, that's pretty low. Even for a confidence trickster.
It don't kill them. A little sip only knocks you out for a bit.
So how are you still standing after all those drinks you took?
I got a natural immunity. What can I say? Found a way to turn it to my advantage.
And that iron-bending trick?
Like you said, just a trick.
Of course. I should have seen through that.
Yeah, it's kind of your
We got
thing.
ourselves a real piece of work here, Harley.
You're telling me.
What do you reckon we should do with them?
Shoot him. I don't know what kind of lesson are we teaching him?
We can't let him work his tricks on anyone else. He needs to be punished.
I agree.
Please, don't kill me.
Do we look like murderers to you? We need to make an example of him.
I've got just the thing. Go get me some rope from the wagon, would you?
All right.
What are we doing to him?
That's some fine work, Jake.
Thank you. Maybe now our friend will think twice about leading people astray. Shall we?
Wait! You're just gonna leave me here?
Plenty of folks travel this road. You know that, or you wouldn't have bothered laying your trap. I'm sure you'll encounter some charitable soul. Eventually.
Speaking of charitable souls, I found a stash of stolen money while I was snooping around.
Well, ain't that something? Come on, let's head back and see how the camp setup's going.
Nice. This is still like risky. We don't know if he's gonna be
So
found.
the little weasels concocted this whole story about how it's an etheric spring and the water has special powers, trying to hoodwink us into drinking it. All I can say is it's a good thing we ain't the rubes he took us for.
I don't know if I want to. I don't know if I want to show up, Jake.
I feel sorry for anyone falling prey to his tricks. He was a crafty one.
Even so, you gotta get up pretty early in the morning to pull one over on old Jake.
So what happened when you found him out?
We got a full confession. Turns out, the water's poisoned. The snake worked up some scheme to get passers-by to drink, and then empty their pockets as soon as they were out of commission. Leastways, I think that's what he said. Couldn't catch half of it through his blubbering and sniffling.
I mean, part of me wants to correct him for sure, but I don't know. I feel like he wouldn't, that seems like something he wouldn't like. Because, his whole persona is, fake. I'm pretty sure.
Funny how some folks will lie and lie to your face, bold as brass, then go all to pieces soon as they get caught. So how'd you deal with them?
We made an example of him.
You killed him?
Let's just say he won't be harming anybody else.
Don't worry, Nadine. Jake's just pulling your leg. We left him tied up next to the spring and wrote up a sign warning about what he did. And whatever happens after, I guess, is up to the next person who comes along.
Oh, well, that's a relief.
Sounds like he got off easy.
The chili's almost ready. Harley, can you come help me and Phil serve?
Sure thing.
Absolutely.
That smells heavenly.
The kid is a good cook, eh? But I believe this chili could use a little of my secret ingredient.
TNT.
What's that?
Mezcal. I picked up a bottle before we left Rosewater. Gives it a nice smoky flavor. And makes you feel nice afterwards, too. This group needs a bit of loosening up, don't you think?
Yeah, just a bit. A bit of mezcal. In the 4-pot of chili, a bit of mezcal.
Okay, just make sure not to overdo it.
That's fine.
Me? Overdo it?
He's gonna overdo it. That sounded okay.
We should be ready to serve.
That was not a crazy pour. Maybe we should have asked.
Just one last taste. Tastier than usual. Smoky. Did one of you add something?
Just my secret ingredient.
Well, whatever it is, it's real nice. Come on, let's fill up these bowls and get everybody fed.
Shouldn't it be like kind of smoky from all the smoke?
That was some mighty fine chili, Danny boy.
Glad you liked it.
I'd say it was the best damn chili I've ever tasted. You ever decide to give up gunslinging? Maybe you could open up a restaurant.
You really think so?
I'd be a regular.
Gosh, thank you.
It's a nice night.
Perfect for relaxing and enjoying the company of one's comrades. The best part of the day.
Indeed.
I have always said that the battle is won or lost around the campfire the night before.
Sure.
Kind of hypnotic.
I do like a fire, yeah. Same.
How are you doing, Nadine?
It's been quite a journey so far.
It was a good idea to bring along somebody with medical know-how.
I
Yeah.
hoped my expertise wouldn't be needed, at least not so soon. But I'm glad I was here to help. Perhaps that poor fellow will be more careful around his derrick from now on. In any case, I look forward to seeing what tomorrow will bring.
I have no idea how I
If
could have
you'll
helped them.
excuse me, it's been a long day. I need to rest up for tomorrow's drive. Night all.
Night. What's your name again? Too many people, too many names, too many gaps in the recordings. What's up with Danny?
So, Danny, where'd you learn to cook chili anyway?
I just sorta picked it up. Can't really remember where.
I hate to leave such merry company, but... I'm suddenly feeling very sleepy.
Just a mezcal.
Please excuse me. I'll see you all in the morning.
Sleep tight, Miss Redbird.
Night.
Who's next to go? Probably Jake, so we'll talk to Jake first.
Hell of a day, huh, Jake?
I'll say. It's disheartening to know there's so many men out there hell-bent on bringing others to ruination. But at least we saw through his ruse.
We
It's
did,
as
yes.
they say. There's a mark born every minute, one to trim 'em and one to knock 'em. You look like you're enjoying yourself.
And why should I not be? We have fine weather, good food, good company.
Good
Are you
mezcal.
not?
Well, sure. I mean, this is great and all, but
But nothing. Here, take a drink. Celebrate.
Sure, I'll have a sip.
sure, why not? Whoa, that's got a kick.
Excelente. You really do know how to have a good time. To new friends.
No one else gonna take a
Time
sip?
for me to call it a night.
Night, Harley.
Buenas noches.
Sleep well.
We leave within the hour. Don't leave anything behind.
Sure.
Morning, ladies. Sleep well?
Somehow, despite Phil snoring up a storm. Sounded like he was right there in the tent with Nadine and me.
Feller works hard, plays hard, and sleeps hard. Nothing wrong with that.
Is Danny still sleeping?
Nah, he was up at the crack this morning and wandered off someplace.
Oh, you don't know where he went?
Now, this ain't unusual for him. Reckon he needs some alone time every so often, so I'll leave him to it.
He just wandered off by himself? Is he all right?
Yeah, I
I'm
guess.
sure he's fine. But just in case anything's amiss, why don't you go look for him while Miss Redbird and I pack up the tents? I'd ask Miss Johnson, but I don't want an earful.
All right, I'll go.
Sure. That seems like a task for us. Nice
Danny?
flowers.
You out here? Where in the ether could he have gone?
What is he up to? Is he doing something that he's embarrassed
No
about?
idea what these are, but they're pretty.
Is he just like... Or maybe he just is, you know...
The river's pretty calm here, but gets rougher downstream.
Like, he could be shooting. He could be... I don't know.
Daisies, I think.
Are they? Could be. He's just
Danny,
meditating.
there you are.
Oh, hi, Harley.
Didn't you hear me calling?
Oh, sorry. No. Sound of the river drowned it out, I guess.
Is everything all right with you?
Sure, I'm fine.
Come on, Danny, you can tell me.
It's just, I miss Petey, my friend. Today is 3 years since he died, so I just wanted to be alone with my thoughts.
I'm real sorry, Danny. Can I help in any way?
I don't know. See, the thing is, I never got a chance to mourn properly.
What is
It all went
properly?
on so fast. He was gone before I knew it. And I was starting over someplace new. I never got to say goodbye.
Here's a thought. How about we make a kind of memorial for your friend? Maybe you can say a few words or something? Might help.
It's a great idea.
We'll need something to serve as a marker.
What do you have in mind?
Well, you knew Petey. What do you think he'd have liked?
Maybe a rock would work as a marker?
Let's see what we can find.
Definitely easier to find than a cross.
These flowers are a nice shade of blue. Would this rock make a suitable marker?
No, it's not the right shape.
What's the right shape of rock? Any of these?
Looks like it fell off that tree not long ago.
Probably, yeah.
How about this rock here?
No, it's too big.
Striking little purple flowers.
Okay, is there anything else here?
It's especially rough here.
No, that's it. Let's go find a different rock then. Is there one out here? Yeah, I guess this one. This one's kind of nice.
See that rock in the river?
Oh, yeah! It'd be perfect for a marker.
It's stuck in the riverbed. I can't pull it out on my own. Hey, Danny?
Yes, Harley.
Are you not gonna help me?
What was Petey's full name?
His full Chinese name was Si Peng Fei, but we called him Petey, just like everybody else called me Danny.
So your name's not Danny Luo?
It's Lo Dan Ning, but it was easier to switch it around to make it sound more Vespuccian.
Just like Phil.
Yeah, I guess so. Funny, you're the first non-Chinese person I've ever told my real name. Not even Jake knows it.
Well, I'm honored. What happened to your friend?
Well, Petey and I left El Presidio along with 5 of our friends. We were looking for new lives out on the frontier. I told my parents we were pooling our money together to buy a farm, which was true. Except, we didn't actually have any money. Petey took charge and we all started off working odd jobs here and there. But he got impatient. He got it into his head that it would be easy money to rob a stagecoach. I didn't much care for the idea, but once Petey put his mind to something, there was no turning back. So the big day came, and things didn't go so well. Petey didn't make.
I'm sorry.
Keep
Me
checking.
too.
I
I
don't
just
know
wish
why.
I'd said something more. Push back harder on the whole idea. But honestly, talking about it helped. So, thanks, I guess.
Tell me about some of the things Petey liked.
Well, he used to play the harmonica pretty badly. He liked my cooking. He used to call me Beanie as a joke. And, his favorite color was blue.
Is that right?
Yeah, he had this ratty old blue shirt he always wore. He was falling apart. Smelled awful. But he insisted it was lucky. Made the rest of us wear something blue for luck.
Hence your vest.
Yeah, for all the good it did.
It must have worked for you.
And I wonder why every day. Why was I lucky and the rest of them weren't?
Life's pretty random most times.
Ain't that the truth?
Were you and Petey close?
We grew up together. He was more like a brother to me than my actual brother.
You know, I lost my brother too, not that long ago. His name was Bill.
Really? I'm sorry.
Dead 6 years now, but not a day goes by I don't think about him. The pain never really stops. Some days it hurts just a smidge less. It's the most you can hope for.
Yeah, I know what you mean.
So, how are you feeling?
Oh, better I guess. It's nice to be able to do something for Petey.
Okay, how do I get this rock out? I don't think this is gonna be sturdy enough. As a, like, lever? Maybe it is.
You did it!
Where do you want it?
How about by that tree?
Which tree? This one?
That's good. Just need a couple more things.
Like what?
The stone isn't a marker until it's been marked, so we need some way to do that. And I'd like to put something nice on the memorial. People usually do flowers, right?
Suppose so.
Would you mind if I stayed here? I want to think about what to write.
Sure. I'll be back with the stuff once I've found it.
Okay, so the blue flowers. And then, how do we write though?
The current's really strong.
Don't need those.
Strike. It's a
Nothing else here. Can't go anywhere else. Okay, so we have to go back? But how do we... I don't know. Do I have like any... Do you have anything left I could write with? Not really. But there's nothing here. Okay.
daisies, I think. Hey, Danny?
Yes, Harley.
Wait, no, this. I always want to like talk to give things, but it's this.
How about these flowers? Petey's favorite color. Like you said.
Hey, yeah. These are perfect.
I can still pick these, but why? It's not gonna help me write.
Definitely daisies. Colorful and fragrant.
But not really like a writing implement. Need like a chisel or something.
It's a nice stone, but it could definitely use more.
At the very least, I don't know, like even a knife is not gonna be. Maybe some ash, some soot, but it's not gonna last.
Nothing but ashes and a few charred bits of wood. This should work to mark the stone.
Okay. I mean, temporarily anyway, for sure.
Some charred wood from last night's campfire. It's pretty ashy.
It makes sense. Wood from the campfire usually is.
Here, you can mark the stone with this.
Yeah, this is great. Thanks, Harley.
That's everything, right?
I think so. Well, I haven't gotten the incense paper, so this will have to do. It means a lot. You taking the time to do this. I'm sure you had better ways to spend the morning.
Can't think of any.
If you don't mind, I'd like to be alone for a bit.
Sure.
Sure thing. See you back on the wagon.
Well, what that says. I mean, yeah, I don't know. It's a nice marker though. Okay, we're making our way. towards Wrath Valley. Not there yet though. It's a long way to go.
Hey, Nadine.
Hello, Harley.
Ever visited El Presidio before?
I've never been beyond this valley.
No kidding? I can't imagine staying in one place so long. But then I've been up and down most of this country.
Not everyone has the luxury to travel so extensively.
Good book?
I'm not much of a literary critic, but it helps pass the time. Danny told me you're a writer. Have you published any books?
Me? No, books are way beyond my reach. I stick to articles and essays, and have trouble enough with those.
You shouldn't underestimate yourself. It wouldn't surprise me to see a book with your name on the cover someday.
Well, that's kind of you to say. Guess we'll see. So how'd you become a healer? Did you go to school?
No. I mean, I attended the missionary school for a few years as a child, but not to learn medicine. I was taught by Dr. Sedgwick, Rosewater's physician. I worked as his apprentice for nearly a decade. He was a wonderful guardian and mentor. I am grateful for all his care.
Sounds like a good guy.
You said Doc Sedgwick was your guardian? What about your parents?
I never knew my mother. She died soon after I was born. My father worked for Dr. Sedgwick, which is how I came to his household. He took me in when my father died from an infected wound.
I'm so sorry. How old were you?
I don't remember exactly, but I couldn't have been more than 5.
My mother died when I was young too. And our father took off long before that, so it was just me and my brother on our own.
Oh, I'm sorry.
That's all right.
It's good you had someone to look after you.
He was younger, so it was me doing the looking after.
I'm sure you did an excellent job of it.
I can only hope so. When did you return to the Otham?
I went to them in April of last year, but it wasn't a return. They took me in. People were leaving town, and there was less need for me at the clinic. It was Dr. Sedgwick who encouraged me to find my own path. The Otham were kind to accept me as a guest, but truthfully, I'm glad for this opportunity to travel with you and the others.
You said the Otham took you in. They aren't your people?
No. I don't know who my people are. My father never told Dr. Sedgwick, and I have no memories of him talking about it. I think my parents came from somewhere to the east, but I'm not even sure of that.
It's very vague.
Have you ever tried tracking down where you came from?
No, I've considered it, but it's complicated. Perhaps someday.
Perhaps.
Phil?
Señorita?
Will this be your first time visiting El Presidio?
It will. I have heard many tales of this so-called Mouth of the West. I am curious to find out which ones are true.
You're very polite, Phil, but please, call me Harley.
What is wrong with Señorita?
It's not my name.
Ah, but it is a sign of respect. I would never dream of addressing a new Spanish lady by her given name.
Well, things are different here.
As I am learning. If you wish it, it will be so.
Appreciate it. Now we've got some time. Care to tell me about how you came to Vespuccia?
I can appreciate your curiosity, although it is painful to relate. But you may as well know. I had assembled Lieutenant General de la Vega and several of my men in Jicotea, a small village on the Loyola River. We were preparing an operation to liberate the nearby town of Caballo Viejo. The Spanish army had it under occupation for some weeks, seeking intelligence on our movements. But before we could act, they struck without warning, without mercy. They did not confine themselves to fighting armed revolutionary soldiers. Old men, women, children, all were valid targets in their eyes. All held collectively responsible for resisting imperial rule. Victory was out of the question. We were hopelessly outmatched. Many brave souls laid down their lives to allow innocents a chance for escape. As civilians fled the village, I led the retreat north with Lieutenant General de la Vega. We gathered what we could of our forces from other positions along the way. It was clear that the army would relentlessly target any village known to harbor revolutionary cells and administer the same treatment. I left Jicotea a smoking ruin. I could not allow that to happen again. temporary exile was the only alternative.
Just how temporary has this exile been?
A little more than a month now. I find it not so easy to keep count of the days.
So, this revolution, what exactly is it you're fighting for?
What does any man who is oppressed fight for?
Freedom.
Freedom. Simple as that. The imperial government has grown fat on the labor of the masses. They torture and imprison anyone who dares speak out against their abuses. My people and I are straining to throw off the yoke of colonialism.
We'll talk more later.
I look forward to it.
It's a weird way to end
Folks,
that one,
we're
for sure.
making a brief stop. My legs could use a stretch.
Same here.
You're standing.
Now that is some truly impressive architecture.
Do you think so? Truly? That it does, impress?
Yeah.
Is this your work?
I am indeed visionary, architect, and soul laborer. My name is Vilja Circas. What you see before you is a monument to love.
How do you mean?
This is my marriage proposal to my darling Marta. Every stone you see has been placed by my hand with utmost care. Soon it shall be completed, and my castle will have its queen.
Damn, feller. You're making the rest of us menfolk look bad.
It's a very grand gesture, for sure.
I'm going into town to pick up a few things. I'll see y'all back on the wagon.
Sure.
I'll come with you.
I can't even begin to imagine how many stones it took to build that thing. Suppose it gets the job done, eventually.
How do you do the windows?
Not sure what's in them, but they look heavy. Pardon me, Mr. Circus?
Yes, ma'am?
You have an interesting accent. Where do you come from?
I am from Lithuania. I came to Vespuccia to work on the railroad and build bridges.
And how has this country treated you, compadre?
Very well. I have had many opportunities. The money I earned allowed me to build my dream.
So, like, I mean, all of the accents, I feel like a lot of the Spanish speaking characters are probably actually Spanish, or, you know, yeah, I don't know if they're like Spanish speaking, but they do a really good job of speaking Spanish anyway. They all sound like authentic. I wonder if this is an authentic Lithuanian accent. I don't really have a good, like, I don't have anything to compare it to. I don't really know. I'm trying to think. Any Lithuanian... Anyway, no, I don't know. I don't think I've ever heard... Well, I probably have heard some Lithuanian speak some language at some point, but I can't think of anyone. So I can't really compare. But it wouldn't surprise me if this voice actor was Lithuanian, or, you know, of Lithuanian origin or whatever. I don't know. It could be, I mean, I don't know. You could probably get away with... Like, the accent is, like, kind of hard. Like, it's not a very... It's kind of like a vague... To me, it sounds kind of like vaguely Eastern European, like vaguely Slavic. Which I guess you could, like... I don't know. I'm just curious about the accent as well. Of the voice actor, not the character. I would believe the character's story.
There's plenty of ways to profess your love. Why a castle?
Why not a castle?
I am architect and engineer by trade. Building things is what I know. And my beloved Marta always loved castles. I thought this would be fitting. She will be so surprised when she sees it. I cannot wait to see her face.
I want to hear more about this Martha. How did you meet her?
Her father was chairman of rail company where I worked in Rampton. He introduced us.
And you started courting?
For a time, yes. Then my work brought me to Western Vespuccia, but we have corresponded. I send letter every month.
Hang on. When was the last time you saw Martha?
Just before I came here. 7 years.
I mean, that's you know, that's putting yourself out there, building a castle for someone you haven't seen in 7 years.
You're telling me you haven't seen Martha in 7 years, and you've built her this castle hoping she'll marry you? What if she says no?
She will not refuse me. Not when she sees what I can give her. But perhaps you will see for yourself. I sent her telegram to invite her here, and she sent a response. Today she will be here.
Okay.
So have you been building this castle for 7 years then?
About that long, yes. I began at once when I moved here, so that I could bring Marta here to live with me as soon as possible.
Caramba.
Great work takes time.
That's true.
Is it your intention to actually live in this place?
Of course.
Wouldn't it help to have some doors?
All in due time. My dear Marta has delicate constitution. Desert heat will be good for her health.
Does she have problems with her breathing?
Yes, I believe so. Often when I would visit, her housemaid would say she was too ill to see anyone.
Now, I've heard that one before.
You said you built this all by yourself? How'd you manage that?
As I said, I am engineer by trade. There are plenty of stones all around. I simply gather and place them.
I'll just be off for now. Thanks for the talk.
Goodbye.
I mean, he has like a little bit of Borat. So I don't know. I don't know. I'd be curious though.
You know, I can't help but remember the time I made a grand declaration of love. Wasn't quite this elaborate, but it came close.
How close did he build like a castle in 6 years? A slightly smaller one.
And what was the lucky lady's name?
Meredith. She was something real special. Shame it didn't work out between us. Hope things go better for this feller.
I really do admire this gentleman's dedication. It's rare to find someone so committed to anything.
That's true.
I get antsy after 7 hours doing the same thing, let alone years.
Does that include this journey?
Oh, there's been plenty of variety on this trip. No chance of boredom so far.
That's true.
Madre mia. Never before have I seen such a romantic gesture. This Martha is a lucky woman.
Maybe.
If someone did such a thing for you, what would your response be?
Fist in the face. I don't know. I mean, like, it depends, I guess. Like, how, I don't know. Like, having this sprung on you, I don't know. I don't know.
Gratitude, I suppose? Awe? I don't know.
For such devotion to go unacknowledged would truly be a crime.
It would be. It would be. We done here?
This fellow's been busy. No doubt about that.
I could look at everything. Maybe you can talk more, but we talk to everyone once. Last point in.
Harry, does it seem to you that something is not quite right about Mr. Circus' story?
I had that thought, yes.
I have a suspicion that the lady over there might have some clarification to offer.
Are we? Why? What? How? Anyway.
Ma'am?
Yes?
Your name wouldn't happen to be Martha, would it?
Why, yes it is. Martha Ward. Do I know you?
No, but I've heard lots about you. Mr. Villia Circus told me all about you. I believe you know him?
Only too well, I'm afraid. I just want this unfortunate business concluded so I can go home to my husband.
Wait, you're married?
Quite happily, 6 years last June.
Yikes.
Santa Maria.
Does Mr. Circus know that?
No. That's why I'm here.
Mr. Circus told me you've been corresponding all this time.
Is that what he said?
He claims to have sent you a letter every month.
And they've each gone straight into the fire. I would have thought I'd get the message after years with no reply. But he's left me no choice except to come here and spell it out for him.
That's rough.
How did you and Mr. Circus meet?
He worked for my father's company. We were introduced at a Yuletide soiree. He was pleasant enough, but then he began calling on me at home. I didn't wish to encourage him, but he kept pursuing me anyway.
Did you ever actually tell Mr. Circus you weren't interested?
I gave him no favorable sign.
Yeah, it's not the same.
Eventually, I stopped receiving him with my father's blessing. He imagined a better match for me than some associate engineer. Thankfully, Mr. Circus was reassigned to Western Vespuccia after a few months.
Well, I mean, thankfully, like you told your father, and then the guy worked for your father, and he got, was relocated. Convenient.
Is your husband aware that you've come here?
Oh, heavens no, he'd be furious. I left him a note saying I was going to visit my sister. Naturally, he has no idea Circus even exists. But he's very protective.
Is the desert heat making you feel better?
I beg your pardon?
Mr. Circus said it might help your delicate constitution.
Yes, I suppose he would think that. You see, when I didn't wish to receive him, I would instruct my staff to make excuses. Say I wasn't feeling well, or away taking the water somewhere. It wasn't entirely forthright of me, I admit, but Circus was vexatiously persistent.
Enjoy your day, ma'am.
You as well. And if you see Mr. Circus again, please don't tell him I'm staying here. I'll go and speak with him when I'm ready.
That sucks.
I cannot believe that fool spent all his time chasing a married woman. Has he no shame?
He had no idea.
Last point in. Doesn't inspire much confidence, does it?
Not really. What do we do about this?
Too bad we haven't got more time to spare. I could use a wash.
You're fine.
Guess nobody wrote in today.
Yeah, she doesn't seem like the, horse riding kind of person.
I cannot believe.
I don't know. It's still a nice castle, though.
I have a nagging feeling that things will not end well for poor Mr. Circus.
Yeah. I think everyone here did.
Just goes to show what one man can accomplish if
Well,
he puts his
maybe
mind
not
to
Jake.
it. Damn impressive.
Pardon me, Mr. Circus?
Yes, ma'am?
Mr. Circus, there's something you should know about Martha.
What? What is it?
Well, it turns out she's married. Has been for 6 years.
What? How do you know this? Did you meet her?
Yes. She said she would come speak to you when she was ready.
Ah, this explains everything. When I did not hear from her, I blamed this country's ineffectual postal service. But clearly this brute has kept her from writing. Or even hidden my letters from her.
No, you don't understand.
Oh, I understand. I understand very well. She would not have agreed to come if she did not want to escape unhappy marriage.
Right.
That's
I'll just be off
one
for
way.
now. Thanks for the talk.
Goodbye.
That's one way to look at things. Maybe we shouldn't have meddled, because I don't think it's getting any better.
I cannot believe that.
I mean, yeah, he should have maybe taken the hint at some point. That's fair. But she could have also just told him, not interested.
Ma'am?
Yes?
Mr. Circus seems convinced you're going to leave your husband for him.
And I'm sure Mr. Circus also believes pigs can fly.
How will you deal with him? He clearly won't take no for an answer.
I'll find a way. I'll just...
Martha!
Bronson, what are you doing here?
I'd ask you the same. Why did you lie to me?
Oh, Bronson, I didn't want to, but I had no choice. Things are just so complicated.
What in the ether does that mean? And who are these people?
Mr. Ward, I presume? We're just passing through, but we'd like to help your wife.
What are you talking about?
Please, Bronson, I can explain everything.
Damn fine idea. Start by telling me what you're really doing here.
I came to deal with some personal business.
Personal business?
One way to put it.
What personal business could you have?
That's very dismissive, Bronson.
There's a reason it's personal. You don't need to know everything about your wife.
Like hell I don't. What business is this of yours, anyway?
Perhaps you should just tell him, Senora.
I have an unwanted suitor. I've come here to tell him to leave me alone once and for all.
You what? Where is he? I'll kill him.
No, you will not.
I will so. Tell me where to find the bastard.
Hey now, get that bee out of your bonnet.
I've had it up to here with your cheek. I don't need your help. I'll find him myself.
You better stop or I'll knock you out.
Bronson, come back here this instant.
Well,
I can't believe you. You've no idea what my husband is capable of.
he doesn't look super capable to me.
I do not think that went very well.
No, he did not.
Scoundrel! Ruffian! I'll teach you to lust after another man's wife!
Ah, so you are the swine keeping Martha prisoner.
Why, you foreign bastard!
Hey.
Whoa, easy, feller.
Bronson, have you gone mad?
You have until the count of 10 to get out of my sight, and out of our lives forever. Otherwise,
What are we doing here?
I'll make sure you won't bother us again. 1, 2, 3.
Quit the theatrics, Mr. Ward. Leave that poor fool alone.
Shut up! This is my business!
Maybe so, but we aren't going to stand here and allow you to put this man's life in danger.
Bronson, put that gun away and stop acting like a fool.
I'm doing this for you, my sweet.
But I asked you not to, Sugar Plum.
You do well to listen to your wife, Mr. Ward.
This is, after all, her business, and not yours.
I'm her husband. Of course it's my business.
Mr. Ward, stay your hand. Don't do something you'll regret.
My only regret will be leaving this cat alive.
Okay, how do we de-escalate this?
Mr. Circus, I think it's very clear that this isn't going your way. Just let her go. She's not worth your life.
Very well. Please, sir, I will not trouble you again.
Do I have your word? You will stay away from my wife and disappear from our lives for good?
You have my word.
Very good. Come, Martha. Let's get out of this cesspit.
A moment, please. I will be right behind you. I'm terribly sorry it all had to turn out this way, Vilius.
Why did you not tell me you no longer desired my affections?
I didn't know how.
Martha, I am here now. Tell me what you feel.
I feel nothing for you.
That's harsh.
I never did. I don't know why I never said anything. I think I was afraid of your reaction. But I hoped you would take my silence as a clear indication of my disinterest.
I cannot believe what I am hearing. I spent 7 years building this castle for you. All my money, everything I own was spent to fund the... And now, this.
Kicked again. I think you're both in the wrong, kind of.
You know, the pair of you make me sick.
I beg your pardon?
This poor dimwit wastes years of his life obsessing over a
also
woman
more harsh
too
than I would've put
lily-livered
it.
to tell him the truth. I'd say you deserve each other.
And here I thought you were on my side.
Harley is right. You each need to face your truths.
Disgraceful.
Perhaps I should have been bolder in speech and made my refusal more plain.
And I should have heard the words in your silence.
Yes.
Please forgive me. And forget me.
I can promise the one, never the other. Goodbye, Marta.
Alright, I don't know. I think this is like as good as a resolution as
Rough
we could
break,
hope for.
fella. But there's plenty of mares on the plain.
You speak of horses when I have been spurned by a goddess.
Now then, deifying was probably your first mistake.
I don't know if it's the first
What's
mistake.
going on here?
Oh, you missed a hell of a show.
You gonna be all right, Mr. Circus?
I will carry on.
What will you do with this castle?
It is the only home I have. I am not sure.
Just to live here. I mean, if you want to blow it up, Phil right here would be all with it, I'm sure. An orphanage or shelter, that would be nice.
Why not take the opportunity to do some good? You could use this place to shelter the needy. Even make it an orphanage.
A place for the abandoned and bereft? Why not? It is that already.
We done here?
I believe so.
Good.
Alright, we're out of here. The more Vespuccian, as in American thing, would have been to charge people for sure, but... you know, he's Lithuanian. Anyway. That's it for today. I'll see you next time. Bye-bye.